Hello again, it's me here at the end of 2020. And so, tonight on 2020, just like the old TV show, we're going to talk about some things that have happened this year, things we never even thought of a year ago. And I'm going to go down my list of things of why 2020 has been so interesting, unusual, and different. Things we never even thought of or heard a year ago. Things like cleaning wipes, face mask, social distancing. Like, what? Yeah, I've heard of cleaning wipes, but what about the other stuff? And now, a year later, oh, that's all common things. Sure hope it changes, because yeah, I don't like any of it. The cleaning wipes I have around the house anyhow, but there's stuff, I'm happy to get rid of that. Now, job-wise, it was a good year for me. First 5 months of the year, I was at one steady computer job for a while, making some nice money there. But then I got laid off. But that was not long after we started getting the $600 a week bonus on unemployment. So I went from a good paying computer job to making a lot more money sitting at home doing nothing. And after a few months, I'd been applying for some jobs. And just as the $600 bonus was about to end, I got called to go to a new computer job. And this job doesn't pay quite as well, but it's given me the chance to learn new and different things, expand my skill set, and prepare me for better jobs in the future. So, not perfect, but pretty good. What else has happened this year? We had the whole Chung flu. That was the big thing all year long. The Chung flu and people dying and getting sick and this and that. Well, we're getting towards the end of that now. The whole vaccine thing is going, although there's still a little bit of me that wonders if, like the Will Smith movie I Am Legend, the supposed cure ends up killing the entire few survivors are out there to eliminate the Walking Dead / zombies that are all over the place afterwards. So I would never be one of the Walking Dead. I'm, loudmouth Tim. I'm far too cool for that. So I'd be one of the survivors. Get up there on a roof with a 22 rifle or something, just me pulling off some spectacular headshots from 100 plus yards away. Text John Martin. Happy New Year, Tim from New Zealand. Hey, John, thanks. New Zealand, I think you're the first ones to turn over to the new year, aren't you? You're right past the international date line, I think. Anyhow, on with the story. So what was I saying? Yes, the vaccine is supposedly the cure, but we're not out of the woods yet. I haven't gotten my vaccine. I'm not in a big hurry to get the vaccine. I'd rather have a few million people go ahead of me first, let them get it, see if anything bad happens. I'll hang back and wait a little while longer. And the next big thing that happened. What was that thing? I lost my train of thought now. Sorry. What was it I was talking about? Oh, yeah. The next big thing that happened in 2020, Donald Trump won his re-election campaign. I've looked at all the research. I've looked at all the math, what states they win, what states they lose, what counties typically always vote for the winner. And there is no doubt at all, Trump won the election. And then the liberals got in there with all their corruption, and they're not counting votes and counting a bunch of made-up fake votes and hacking and cheating in the Dominion voting machines. And they twisted it around to make it seem like Biden won. But he's just being installed as the president. He didn't win the presidential election. Trump won. Look up the research. Look up the numbers. Where people voted for what. The numbers, the math is clear. Trump won. No question about that. Those were the big things all year long. We had to wait, and the whole campaign went on forever, it seemed like. Okay, finally. And then the voting day happened. And then because of all the mail-in votes pushed hard by the liberals, of course, who wanted it that way to give them a way to cheat, That took forever. Yeah, you're right, John Martin. January 6th. Yes, the Republicans in the Senate and House have one more chance to bring some truth and justice to the whole election thing. Say, hey, these states were really messed up. A lot of shady things were happening there, and so we're not going to let those states count, and Trump wins. That's what should happen. Anyhow, I don't want to get too far off topic tonight here. Talking about 2020. I sat back and I kind of enjoyed the year. It kind of all happened around me for the most part. And I thought, okay, years from now, we'll be talking about this. Like little kids will be asking, what happened in 2020? What's all the mask things? You know what really bothers me, though? So many TV shows and TV commercials and print advertisements show people wearing the face masks all over the place. So in 5 or 10 years from now, people will be looking back. Why is everyone wearing a face mask in all these this story about the 2020 election or whatever? And so you have to go back to the whole story. Yeah, that was the year of the Great Chung Flu, and where China unleashed a virus on the world and nearly killed the whole place. So the other big thing. Now, I don't always do this just like at a time like the end of the year, but I do it, whenever I happen to think about it, time to time, month to month, whatever. It's time to think back over the year, but not just that. Think about all the years that have gone by for me since then. How has life changed? How has my situation improved or disimproved? And I'll think back, like, say, for example, 1997. What was I doing for a job? What were my prospects for better jobs? How much money did I have? What kind of car was I driving? What was I thinking at the time? And say, for example, 2004. What was I doing in 2004 for a job? How much money did I have? Car, prospects for better situations. What was I thinking at that point in my life? And I try to just, follow myself through the years of my life and, okay, here's what I was doing then. Here's what I was doing then. How have things changed over the years? And it's really hard to make any predictions because I have tried to think it out and figure it out and, use all my information and research to make things better for myself. And even with that information, it's really hard to make a guess and get it right. So I guess just keep on doing the best you can and use your information to the best of your ability. I learned about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin in early 2013. If I knew at the beginning of 2009 what I knew by the summer of 2013, things would be so much different and so much better for me. We can all say that if I knew then what I know now. But I guess if we all knew then what we know now, then things would be all over the place. John Martin. I love American football, Tim. Okay. I've never been a real sports person. Football, baseball, hockey, golf, whatever. I couldn't tell you any favorite teams or players or anything. Congress decides on the 6th. Yeah, you're right, John Martin. Yeah, I'm waiting for that. January 6th, we have 2 Republicans that have to win in Georgia to keep Republican control of the Senate so the liberals don't go crazy with having, everything going their way if for some reason Biden gets in. John Martin, no, I don't have a motorcycle. Never did. I had a 250cc scooter once back in 2012. Rode it for a few months, and that was okay, but, it wouldn't be a long-term thing for me. Rocky Billy Boy. Well, I'm not old, I hope. How about that? He says I'm old. Well, as those of you who know and have followed my site for a long time know, I'm 50. 50. I look at him, me? 50? 50? And you never think you're old, like when you're 30, well, old is 40. When you're 40, well, old is 50. When you're 50, well, old is not much further along than I am now. And I'm like, oh man, how did I think about all the years that have gone by. Where have I been? What have I done? What have I learned? How have I progressed through life as time goes by? And I think I could have done better. If I knew then what I already told that. If I knew then what I know now, I would have done way, way, way better. But anyhow, the end of 2020, and what a year it has been. There was never any shortage of interesting things to talk about. Either people dying, or the presidential election, and face masks, and cleaning wipes, and toilet paper, and all that kind of thing. Anyone just had to whisper shortage somewhere in the news, and within a couple of days, your local department store's paper products racks would be empty. John Martin, you're 63. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll be 63 pretty soon. I hate to think about it. That's something that really bothers me. I think about, well, if I'm 50 now, in only 20 years, I would be 70. Oh, man. I'll type that to you after the thing, John. Yeah, Rocky Billy Boy, I believe you did. Okay, let me focus and get back on track here. I'm reading the comments too much. Anyhow, so we're going to go forward now. You would like to think, okay, 2020 has happened. Clean break. 2021 is now separate and different, and things somehow suddenly change because it's not 2020 anymore. Now, you can always say, oh, next week, it just kind of 1 year blends into the next, and just because the year changed doesn't mean anything else changes. I like to think of it more of, this year, stop the next year. But it depends what's happening. Anyhow, well, that's pretty much my whole thing for tonight. I was just thinking about the year that's gone by, how things have changed and improved for me, what I've learned, what I've achieved, what am I better at, what have I not done better. I have not done better at the weight loss. I did lose some weight, but I kind of gained some back here the last month or so. And I'm getting that scale. Okay, scale. Okay, seriously, what do I weigh? Come on. You're making up numbers here for me, And I get off the scale, get back on. It tells me the same number. Get off the scale, get back on. It tells me the same number. Oh, boy. Must be getting fat again. Wintertime doesn't. And when you're at quiet time at work, I have a lot of time sitting around doing nothing. So that doesn't help either. All right, I'm getting off subject here, but I wanted to make a little video and say, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And we've had quite a time in 2020. So now let's begin 2021 and see what changes. Okay, that's all for the video. I'll type in the comments here in just a moment.